Student, the welfare and the future of our economy is a huge concern of mine. So what will you plan on doing that will help better our economy?
To fix the economy, we need to continue the tax cuts for the middle class. That means that we will now be taxing the upper tax bracket, those families that make over $200,000 in income each year. We also need to invest in domestic energy. In Colorado, we have so many sources of alternative energy: solar, wind, gas. we need to invest in these. These will give Coloradans jobs and more economic opportunities.
In regards to the economy, the stimulus bill that has been passed did nothing but increase unemployment and the federal deficit. The problem is that we are not undertaxed, but the federal government is spending too much money. So my solution is to decrease taxes and decrease federal expenditures.
Coloradans want Ken Buck. Recent polls show that Ken Buck is up 50 to 45% in the Senate race. The rural vote is going to him because he's spent time in Colorado and Wyoming and the surrounding areas. When he was growing up, he worked on his aunt and uncle's ranch, so he knows exactly what the rural people of Colorado want. He also can identify with the urban population because he grew up in New York and along the East Coast, so he knows what they want too. Colorado is tired of Obama and the way that Congress is being run, and electing Ken Buck can get that changed. He opposes abortion. He opposes all of the health reform laws that have been passed this year. He also opposes all of the tax raises. In the past, Coloradans have voted 80% of the time for the Republican candidate, and with a few exceptions, every midterm election they voted for the opposite party of the president in power. Ken Buck is also a quality candidate. He has run a campaign before, and he won as district attorney of Weld County in Colorado. And so he knows how to do that, and he has actually been elected, so that shows that that people want him in power.
How do you plan on fixing the energy crisis?
When it comes to energy, I think the cap and trade bill is suicide for the economy. It will cripple the energy-producing industries of America. And also, green energy, it may be a great idea, but right now it's just not going to cut the energy needs of America. We need to focus on oil, coal, and natural gas especially.
One of the great things about living in Colorado is the wilderness, and one of the great things that I love about living in Colorado is the outdoors life, and we need to protect this. This means that we need to invest in alternative energy sources. This, as I was saying before, this will help the economy because it will give Coloradans jobs. We also need to end our dependence on foreign oil. This will help in foreign relations. One of our biggest problems is that we have to deal with the Middle Eastern countries, and this means possibly funding terrorists with our money.
I know it's technically not in the bag for Buck, but it is proven difficult for Bennett right now. We are down 50 to 45. We're down by 5% in the polls. But I hope that in the end, Coloradans will just remember the facts, that Buck has gone on the record saying he wants to raise taxes for all brackets, and we favor extending the tax cuts for the middle class, but we are for tax cuts for the super rich, because I believe that our millionaires should give millions instead of our peasants giving pennies. And what you have to remember is that even though we are technically down by 5%, we are also tied with a 44% unfavorable rating, which means that there are people out there who don't like what Buck's doing, excuse me. Historically speaking, abortion is one of the most controversial topics that Americans and Coloradans have ever faced. And so with this ballot initiative that's discussing or considering banning all forms of contraception after conception has taken place, we're hoping that this will kind of, impassion Democrats to come out to the polls more, and hopefully we can gain back some of that 5% that we're technically behind right now.
Hi, I am voting for Ken Buck in the congressional elections coming up this November. I feel it's time that the Republicans have a chance to come into office, and the Democrats have not been doing their part. I believe that Bennett is too closely related to Obama, and I do not agree with everything that he has done. And I think Ken Buck is a very good man, and he would do a great job, and I think he should win the election.
Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around your head